Alright guys, this is another total conflict resistance video. I'm going to show you how much food your cities and armies and stuff consume and how much you need for you not to starve. So I went ahead, I already killed the rebels in here so I don't have to mess with them or them try to take my cities. And I got rid of all the canned food because if you have both, it's going to pull from both pools, which is totally fine, doesn't matter. But for this, I'm just going to show you it from one pool so the numbers are easier visually. The bread and canned food are consumed at the same rate. They produce like the same, they're practically interchangeable for like consumption. So I'm going to show you, so you're going to go to this number right here to see how much food you need for each city. So this one will need 48. If you got to 4,900, it would need 49. So every 100 people consumes one food. So this one's 48. This one would consume 4 food. This one would consume 2 food. And this one would consume 3 food, so 57. Now don't make the mistake of adding 4,859 plus 435. Just pretty much ignore the smaller numbers here because it's not the total added together, otherwise you'll be off by a couple. It's just 48 for, or this one was 4. No, this one was 4. 48 for 2, 3. So 57 food. So the cities don't eat at the exact same time, which is kind of annoying, but this number will drop here twice. Yep. So I was at 8449 and now I'm at 8392, which it was consumed 57 food. I'll do it one more time. I'm at 8392. So it'll drop that couple food and then it'll drop a giant chunk when the other cities eat. There you go. So that's another 57 that dropped from all my cities have finished eating. Every city eats 15 times in a month. So at 57, I just lost my pen. Oh, here it is. So at 57, my cities would consume 855 food in 1 month. Which is, that's a lot. So with the amount of food I have right now, I would starve out in just under 10 months, and that is with no army. So the army consumes food way faster, and I'm going to show you the armies. So I'm going to make an army, and then I'm going to cut to it to show you, because they consume food differently, so just, I'll cut to it in just a second. Alright, now I have an army of 200 made. They have no fuel, which is funny. So that'll run out of fuel. So now they have an army of 200. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this number and cut it in half and round it down. But since it's an even number, it'll be 10. This is going to consume 10 food. Which right there, just showed you it consumed 10 food. I'll do it one more time just so you can confirm it. Consumes 10 food. The issue with the armies is they eat 3 times a day, so they eat every 8 hours. So, what did I say? It was 10. So they'll eat 30 food a day. And in a 30-day month, they would eat 900 food. They would eat more than the cities for this one 200-person army. Now, I'll show you this too, if I come right over here. So I'll delete one of these. Since it's at 19 or 190, it's going to eat 19 food. No. It's going to eat 9 food. 9 food every time. It's not going to eat 10 because it's like 9. What? 9.5, so it's going to round it down to 9. See, multiple times there, it just ate 9 food. So, and okay, so now that I made an army though, I also have to go back and redo the cities because it'll be a tiny bit different. 48 2 4 2 56 now instead of 57, which is 840 food. Yeah. Cities and army together will consume 1,740 food every single month. So with the amount of food that I have, starve out in just over 3 months, which is very fast. I mean, you can always just go down, you know, buy some food to try to help stabilize you, which there's literally none here, so that sucks. But without having any food production, which early game, you're going to want to make like a bakery or something, or I would make the bakery just because the canned one, it takes a lot longer to make the canning plant than it does a bakery. See, it takes 90 days instead of 56. And the same for like the wheat. This takes 33 days. This takes 56 days, but this will produce 12. This will produce 10. But 5 wheat will make you 100 bread, and it makes you that once a week. So I think it's every like 7.5 days is what it was. So it'd make you 400 bread or 400 canned food a week, which will help reduce your starve. It'll help like increase how long you can live. So over those 3 months, I would make another 1,200 food. Which would make me live almost an entire another month. I mean, it would take me up to 379 instead of 310 is what it was. So it would almost increase me by 1 month. But so like you would, for me to actually have a net gain here, I would need to have 5 bakeries and or canning plants, so like 1 per city plus 1 extra. But I mean, you can always just trade for more food and stuff like that too. And your garrisons don't consume more food. They just consume food like your normal population do. But once you start, you know, getting more territories and stuff too, then you're gonna need more and more food also.
Roger that.
If I had 2 bakeries over the course of that 3 months, I would actually be able to survive 4.48 months instead of what I say was 375. From 310 with no bakeries to 375 to 448. So if I had 2 bakeries, I would be able to survive an extra more than another entire month. But I mean, as you're getting those things going and you're having production, and you can always, you know, sell some extra stuff maybe you're producing too, like maybe you're producing in here, you're producing, you know, copper or aluminum or something like that you're not using as much as maybe say iron. You could always go on here, you know, sell some stuff, buy some food, canned food or bread. Doesn't really matter. Another thing they did too in this new patch is, I don't really like that they did it, but I can actually get rid of all the food here, send it to Faro. It takes it all out of a general pool, and it doesn't actually matter where you have your food at. So none of these have any food. Like, it's going to say, oh, I'm starving now, right? As soon as this food arrives here, it's not going to do that anymore. See that? They're eating it. They have literally no food in the city at all, but they are not starving. Like, they have wheat. They don't eat the wheat, though. That just gets made into bread. But they're not starving at all. But you can also now, too, Like, say if I send some convoys here, so my bread is here all the time, I can actually make convoys and send it to the battalions. That way they can resupply while gone. You don't have to bring them back. So I can send them like 175 food, which is going to be totally not enough because they will die. But, you know, because they're going to eat that so fast. Like, they already ate it all because they're starving, which is funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now they have the food, but see, they're just going to drain it so quickly. That's why you would want a convoy to keep sending it to them. But that's like that's pretty much the way you figure out how much food you need. Obviously, the more territories you take, which some of them might already have bakeries there and stuff like that, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But it will change if you really want to know, like, your total food consumption all the time. Or, I wish it would just have, like, a number up here. Like a little green parenthesis or like a little red parenthesis of what your net loss or net gain is every... You could do it week or month, it doesn't really matter. That would be nice to see because, you know, you have all these cities, they would know how much food everybody's eating and what you need. That would be the really only one where it would matter. Like all these other ones, like you could show how much you're gaining or whatever, you know, if you're producing multiple times. But that's not one that where it's like being consumed like this and your dudes are all gonna starve to death. But if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'm going to put out a video covering the entire patch that just happened 2 days ago, which there was quite a few pretty cool changes they made. But thanks for watching, guys.